But you just got back from a wireless show, right?
Yeah, Wireless Broadband Alliance had a show which is called Wireless Global Congress,
Mm-hmm.
which was pretty cool. It was the first
Nice.
time we went. We're a member of the Wireless Broadband Alliance, so we were invited. We went and we had a table there, and then we didn't have a speaking event. We should have probably did a speaking event, but
Mm.
we had a table and we got to go to we went to the global congress part of it, which is like keynote speakers. But then there's prior to that, there's 2 days of working sessions, and there's something called Plug Fest, which we were a part of. And the reason we're a part of that, one of the major things that they were talking about is open roaming, right? Open
Right.
roaming allows you to roam from basically from cellular to Wi-Fi networks fairly easy, or just to roam into different networks. So, for example, I was able to go into the airport in Dallas, and they had open roaming with AT&T, and T, and I was able to connect and then be able to use that network to browse the internet and whatever. The
Right.
cool thing is it's very secure. They have a profile. They have my profile. You're basically being onboarded by that system, like a radius system. So it's very secure. So it allows you to go to these different areas, and anywhere there's open roaming, you'll see that there's open roaming, and you can just connect. So we got our access points certified for that. So now you have the capability of utilizing open roaming in like different installations. So you'll notice like in the GUI, open roaming is basically um, it's hotspot 2.0, or
Right. That's the
another word
protocol.
for it is Wi-Fi Alliance calls it I think Passpoint.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it's basically hotspot 2.0. So when you go into the cloud interface, you can configure it under the SSID configurations.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have different SSID profiles, and one of those profiles can be open roaming, basically, or
Yeah.
hotspot 2.0.
Yeah, nice. So basically, you can configure this in the Ingenious Cloud Wi-Fi system, and then users can roam onto your network from other networks if you allow it.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
without having to put in credentials again. Put in the credentials once, roam between these networks that are signed up, basically.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
very.
So,
It's a very cool,
and there's a lot of
seamless
people at the
experience.
show that were implementing this.
Yeah, there were a lot of people. There's so it wasn't just open roaming. There's a multiple things. Like there's open Wi-Fi, for example. That was another one. But like open roaming was the main one. That's why we were there to get our product certified. Like I said, there's 2 working sessions, or 2 days of working sessions and Plugfest. The working sessions is really more working on different problems and trying to solve problems.
Okay.
And open roaming was like one of those items that there's a group of delegates that are working on like open roaming, for example.
Mm-hmm.
There's another that is working on a different item.
Okay.
So they're just really trying to improve Wi-Fi. So it was really, we just saw like high level, but they do go deep in these conversations, which is very interesting to experience. And a lot of very smart people there. It was fun to go. And then Plugfest is really to go, okay, does your device work and can you onboard and stuff like
Mm.
that? You actually get to see that happen and get certified in real time. So that was cool. And that's Plugfest. That's the first 2 days. And then the following 2 days is like keynote speakers. So there's a number of different people there from like Cisco, Ruckus, Extreme Networks, um, us, we were there. Yeah, a lot of different folks there. But it was great. There were a lot of CWNE guys there that I recognize. Drew, who does Wave, he was there. He's cool. He's always cool to see and talk to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was cool.
Yeah, I mean, the more Wi-Fi roaming, the better, right? So you can offload from cellular networks onto Wi-Fi, and this is just another way of making it seamless So as you're walking around, instead of being on the cellular network, you'll be on the Wi-Fi network more, which is going to be
Exactly. Yes.
faster,
Exactly.
better experience.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly. Correct.
so yeah, that's pretty cool. So we'll work more with that in the future. Um, but what's even more exciting is today when I came in, I turned my laptop on and I got a message that said Wi-Fi 7 for a faster, better experience. A little pop-up message. So I checked it out and I got an update on my Windows laptop, and I'm on the insider preview, but I just got the update to 24H2 and I have the build number on there. And basically that enabled the multi-link operation at MLO of Wi-Fi 7, which we haven't seen it yet, right? It's been supported on the access point side on Ingenious and Ruckus, since they came out. But we haven't seen an actual multi-link client connect yet on both sides. So now we have. So I'm putting up the connection detail in Windows. So yeah, so now you can see the aggregate link speed on both bands here. I'm connected on 5 gig and 6 gig, and it shows the channels and then the aggregate speed. So that's the first time I've seen this. And then if we look on the back side, on the Windows, on the cloud interface, we can also see that it's connected to both bands, right?
Yep. Which
So
is really cool. So you're connected on 5 gigahertz and 6 gigahertz
yes. And
right
then
now.
if you drill down in the cloud interface, it actually shows like signal and noise on each band, connection speed, and all that. So that's pretty exciting. This is probably the most exciting feature of Wi-Fi 7, the multi-link, right? And
Yeah,
so
for sure.
and now we're gonna see the benefits of it. Now you still have to have a Wi-Fi 7 adapter in your computer, right? Like I have the BE200 adapter installed in my laptop, and I'm running on the Windows Insider Preview.
Which is fairly inexpensive, right?
Oh
Do you
yeah, that
recall
adapter's like $40, and I do have a
that's
video up on my
nothing.
channel on
Yeah, that's
how to fit it into your laptop.
yeah,
Um,
super inexpensive.
yeah, you should be able to
Um,
upgrade any laptop that has Wi-Fi 6, I would say, to Wi-Fi 7 pretty easily. The interface should be similar. You should be able to just pop that card in there and get it going. Um,
yep.
Now, there's a lot of advantages to multi-link. Now, Jim Palmer, who's been on the podcast before from Ruckus, he wrote a great article on all the advantages. I'll put a link to that of multi-link. And, one is you have both bands, so it's going to combine the speeds, but you're not, it's like when you have multi-core CPU, it's not going to be double the speed, right? Like, you get faster speeds, but it's never double. Or you have like two motors on a boat. It's never twice the speed of the single motor. Um,
Right.
so you're getting more speed, but that's not the main thing. Is like the resiliency of the network. So
Yeah, the redundancy.
yeah, if one band is congested, you'll get that throughput from the other band. You get lower latency. A lot of benefits from multi-link. So
Yeah, and if one of the links breaks, you have the other link that's operating too.
exactly, and it should switch over seamlessly. So yeah, there's a bunch of benefits to multi-link. Only the maximum throughput is just one. So I did do a speed test with Open Speed Test, and I got like 2.6 gig on the upload.
Yep.
And that's just like running a quick test. If I shut all my access points off, I'm sure I could get double that speed. The link speed was close to 5 gig. But I think I could probably even get faster if I like really tried, right? But
Yep.
that's still pretty impressive to get Wi-Fi speed over 2.6 gig, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, so
that's super exciting.
it is. I mean, to see the multi-link in operation finally, and it worked on the Ingenious 536 and the Ruckus R770. I saw similar results on both. So Windows is finally getting. I don't know when this Windows build is going to come mainstream, so everyone will be able to get it. But I think pretty soon. I think by the end of the year, they're saying this will go mainstream.
Wow, by the end of the year, I don't know if I could wait that
Yeah,
long.
something like that. I mean, that's when we're expecting Wi-Fi 7 to pretty much saturate, but by the end of the year, right?
Yeah, I mean, in what, like September, we'll see if Apple
Right.
finally supports it on their phones.
Right.
So
Right. That's going to kick it off, and I'm sure they will. From all I'm hearing, they're going to support it. So yeah, that's pretty exciting to finally see multi-link in operation on a client. I know you just shared it. A lot of people are going to be watching that. Um, and one other thing, so I had a customer in Econo Lodge that bought Ingenious back in 2017, and he just called me this week, and he's upgrading to the new cloud system now. So pretty interesting that what is that, 7 years? He hasn't had a failure in any of the access points of the switch in 7 years, and now he's looking to upgrade.
yeah, that's funny you mentioned that. When I was at the wireless global congress, there
Mm-hmm.
was a customer there, and he said, "I've had your." He's had a point-to-point link up of one of our device, or
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which one, but I'm sure it was like 802.11n. He's had it up for like 7 years, 8 years, and
Yeah.
he's never had to reboot it, and it's never broke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so we hear those stories all the time. So that's cool that, yeah, he had a good experience and he's coming back to buy an upgraded solution. So that's nice.
Yeah, so we see a lot of that, like the reliability of the Genius products, like pretty amazing. Like once it's out there, we don't see like one failing every year or every month. Like they last
Yeah,
for a decade. A lot of times we'll see out there, but
yeah,
after a certain amount of time, 7 years is a little long. I would say 5 years at the most. You should probably look at upgrading because you start
yeah.
running
The
into
reason he didn't, yeah, that's what I said to him, and he said it's because my ISP speeds are so slow and he can't get faster speeds.
that this is exactly what this guy said. He was this is interesting. Like he has a fiber system. I think Verizon Fiber or something. But he's only getting 100 meg on the fiber. Because it's a
That's
business account.
crazy.
It's a business account, so they gave him an option to upgrade to 200 meg or to 1 gig. But the 1 gig was like very expensive, like $1,000 a month
Whoa.
because it's a business account. I mean, if it was a residential, it would be like $50 a month for a gig, probably, right? Like,
Yeah,
um,
I think I pay $89 or seventy
yeah.
nine
I mean,
bucks.
I mine is over 100 for a gig on Xfinity. But yeah. So the internet speeds definitely drive it, but he was going to go to 200, which is going to double his speed. 200 gig, 200 meg for a 100 room hotel room um, is probably on the low side. I'd say, I mean,
Yeah, that's definitely low slide.
it would probably support like, I don't know, 20, 200 meg probably support 20 Netflix streams, something like that
Yeah.
at the same time. I mean, but
I
like,
mean, they'll definitely see a boost, right? Well, I don't know. If they have returning customers, I guess they'll see a boost. But the staff is going to see a boost. The clients, however, won't.
they should just notice that the Wi-Fi 6 is gonna give them better connections, less disconnects and
Yeah, for sure.
smoother service. But yeah,
You
so
should have
we're
bought the 526s.
they're sold out, man. We don't have any more of those, but
I
we
have,
do
I have
still have
10 sitting
some.
at my desk.
Yeah, well, send them out then. I'll sell them. We do have some 336s Wi-Fi 6E. I posted a picture of that last week. If anybody does want to put some 6 gigahertz stuff out there right now. But yeah, so interesting story. So anything else you want to talk about this week, Brian?
No, just really excited about multi-link operation working for you, and
Yes.
I like how we have it on the cloud interface.
Yeah.
Um, there might be some updating that has to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking at it and it looks like, you have one link that's uh, your link rate is 1.4 gig on one and 4.3 on another. So that's kind of cool to see.
24. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely that's kind of what I saw there. I think what I showed when I put them up. So yeah, it's cool that we can get some statistics on it now, and I'm sure that you can do some more on the cloud side to see like which band, how much data is go over on which band, and stuff like that. And if anybody has any questions about how I've got this working, just like post them in the comments or email me, and I'll tell you exactly the setup I have here, so you can get multi-link working too. All right, guys. Remember,
Cool.
like and subscribe. We'll be back next week for another podcast.